Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. On today's video, we are going to talk about ghosting. Ghosting after a hiring process is basically that situation where the hiring manager or the company do not, they disappear and they do not get in touch with the candidate anymore at a certain point during the hiring process, or sometimes even after verbally propose the job, okay? Unfortunately, I'm really sad to say that in the business aviation industry, this is happening quite often. And in fact, the 77% of the candidates do not receive a follow-up or, an email after having sent their candidature to a company. Before dive into the action that you can take as a candidate to face and manage a ghosting situation, I would like to explain why. I would like to suggest some reason why ghosting is happening. Bearing in mind that these are not excuses, ghosting is absolutely wrong and is actually the proof of a broken hiring process, and it shouldn't happen. However, if you come across, you as a candidate, you sent your application to a company, you maybe even went through one or more stages of the hiring process, you maybe even finished completely the hiring process, and you have been told by the hiring manager, yes, we like you, we will get in touch with you soon with a formal proposal. And then you heard nothing else from them anymore. Well, the reason can be very different. For example, the position has been filled or cancelled, so they no longer need to hire somebody for this position because they have filled it up already, or they realize that they don't need anybody for that position because has been covered in some other way, maybe internally. Maybe the hiring manager has gone for vacation or is away for a prolonged period of time, for example, unpaid leave or maternity leave. So he or she will not be available for a long period of time. Or maybe the hiring manager has changed the company and do not work for the company anymore. So these are just a few, to add a last one that is probably the most typical when it comes to the corporate aviation industry. The company has received so many candidatures, so many applications that they do not have the resources to cope with all of them, and this is taking a very, very long time, sometimes even a year, just to go back to the to all the applicants with an email. So, as I say, these are not excuses. Ghosting, it shouldn't happen, in particular in such a situation where you are proposing yourself and sending your candidature for a job opportunity. The company should go back to you saying, yes, I like you, no, I don't like you, thank you very much. So this is very wrong, but as I say, unfortunately, is very common in the business aviation industry. So for you as a candidate, what can you do when you are facing a situation where you think you have been ghosted? Well, the first thing that you can do is, of course, proceed with a follow-up. So send in an email to the hiring manager, to the person of contact that you have dealt with during your hiring process, and politely ask for a follow-up. At the same time, my suggestion is also to get in touch with somebody who can mentor you and guide you, possibly a person who is an expert of the industry and that maybe knows the company as well in depth, So this person can advise you what is going on, what are the dynamics that are happening at the moment in the company, and also can guide you and suggest you how long you should wait before sending a follow-up. So, seeking for advice from a person who is external in the situation, it can be very beneficial because it can give you a point of view which is more objective. So certainly this is something that you can do. If after this follow-up you still didn't hear anything, something else that you can do is either try to reach out to this person via other avenues. So for example, reaching out not via email this time, but via social media, or even giving a call. So just simply call the number related to this person, whether it is a phone number or a landline in the office, and try to speak with this person, or at least try to set up an appointment where you can speak and get a follow-up. At the same time, you can also try to get in touch with another person who was at some point involved in your hiring process. Normally, the hiring team is composed by a few people, right? And normally the point of contact is the hiring manager. But you can still reach out to another one of the team members and seek for a follow-up or seek for advice if possible. If still after this attempt, you still get no answer from the company, well, at this point, you have to move on and continue looking for something else and stop hoping for that to happen. However, my personal advice in this case is to put the word "and" to this story anyway. So take the effort to be the one who sends an email, a polite and professional email to say, well, I'm sorry that I didn't hear from you anymore. I would like then to conclude this hiring process with your company. It has been a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for the opportunity of coming over and learn about your company. I will from now move on and seeking for another job opportunity. So you state clear and loud what are your intentions. That speaks, very, very high about you and very low about them. But at least you have put, the full stop. You have put the word "end" to this situation, and you can move on knowing that you have tried everything you could in order to make this work, and that unfortunately, from the other side, you didn't get any intention to be as professional as you. Don't get too stressed when this happens, and of course do not take it personally. It's nothing about you as a person. It just shows that the company is not professional enough and that the hiring process is broken at some point. So it doesn't have anything to do with you. It just says that the company probably has to work a little bit better on their hiring process and on the people working for them. What can you do in order to prevent this from happening? Well, it's not really on your power to for the company not to ghost you, but something that you can do is during the interview asking questions, in particular asking them how long the hiring process will take, and when do they think it would be a good time, to have an answer, to get to know something. If they can explain what are the steps of the hiring process, even the internal steps of the hiring process. So, for example, they select the candidates, but then they have to involve somebody else who is living in another country, who has to come over and get a final review of the profile of the candidates, and maybe this person would also like to get in touch with the candidates and having a chat with them as a sort of a final interview, and this will take approximately, I don't know, 1 month, 2 months, whatever. So you have an idea of how long the hiring process might take, and you know that this is the amount of time that you should expect to hear from them. Also ask who is going to get in touch with you. So you have a first connection, so you need the name, the surname, the email address, and possibly the phone number of this person, so that you will be able to eventually get in touch with this person for a follow-up, being entitled to do so because they told you that this will be the person who will be informing you about your current status during the hiring process. This is basically what you can do in order to hopefully prevent this from happening, but still keep in mind that it doesn't have to do anything with you as a person, as a candidate. It just speaks very clear about the company and how the company is organized. I hope that this can be of some help for all of you out there who are trying to break into the business aviation industry. As always, I stay at your disposal should you have any questions about private jets, VIP flight attendant life. Please feel free to reach out to me. So that's all for today. Ciao for now and baci baci.